Stay quit after disrespect. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What do you do when someone disrespects you? Do you internalize it? Do you shrink back into yourself, questioning your worth? Or do you stand tall, reclaim your power, and walk away for good? I want to talk to you about something powerful today, knowing when to walk away and stay gone when respect is absent. Because here's the truth: you teach people how to treat you. If you keep showing up for disrespect, you're giving it permission to exist in your life. Life is too short to stay stuck in a toxic cycle. It's time to make a stand for yourself, for your dignity, and for the incredible future waiting for you. Let's dig deep and unpack this together, because when you master the art of staying quit after disrespect, you take back control of your life. Disrespect is a mirror, not a truth. When someone disrespects you, it's not about you, it's about them. Their words, actions, or lack thereof reflect their own insecurities and struggles. Your worth isn't diminished because someone fails to see it. Your boundaries define your value. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out, they're gates to let the right people in. Saying enough isn't weakness, it's strength. When you walk away from disrespect, you're reinforcing your value. Stop negotiating with your self-worth. How many times have you made excuses for someone who mistreated you? Stop it. Your time, energy, and love are not negotiable. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you refuse to tolerate less than you deserve. Pain is the seed of growth. Walking away hurts, it's supposed to. But every step you take away from a situation that disrespects you is a step toward growth, clarity, and empowerment. Pain isn't permanent, but regret can be if you stay too long. Focus on your standards, not their behavior. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control what you accept. Elevate your standards and refuse to settle for anything less. The right people will rise to meet you there. Forgiveness is freedom, not permission. Forgiving doesn't mean welcoming someone back into your life. It means releasing the hold they have on you so you can move forward with peace and purpose. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. Stay quit to open new doors. When you let go of disrespect, you create space for better opportunities, relationships, and experiences. Staying quit is about trusting that something greater is on the other side of goodbye. Closing message. So my friends, I challenge you today, let go of what's hurting you, walk away from what's disrespecting you, but more importantly, stay quit. Because you're not just leaving behind something that doesn't serve you, you're stepping into the life you were meant to live. A life where respect, love, and abundance are your daily companions. This isn't about revenge or proving someone wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you are worthy of the best. And when you claim that worth, there's no stopping the greatness you can achieve. Stay strong, stay empowered, stay quit and watch your life transform. Disrespect reflects others' flaws, not your worth. Listen closely, disrespect is not about you. It's a reflection of the person delivering it. Their behavior screams volumes about their insecurities, their limitations, and their inability to see value. You are not their mirror, you are your own masterpiece. We often take disrespect personally because we confuse someone's actions with our worth. But let me tell you something, their inability to respect you says nothing about your value. It says everything about their lack of self-awareness. Disrespect is often born from fear. People lash out because they see something in you that challenges their comfort zone. Maybe it's your strength, your confidence, or your light. Their reaction, disrespect. You can't control how someone else perceives you, but you can control how you respond. When you stop internalizing disrespect, you free yourself from the chains of their judgment. Think about this. If someone handed you a broken mirror and told you it reflected your face, would you believe it? Of course not. Disrespect is that broken mirror. Don't accept it as truth. Too often, we let the opinions of others define us. We give their words power when we replay them in our minds. But you are more than someone's careless comment. You are more than their inability to honor you. Remember this, the way someone treats you is a projection of their own world. It has nothing to do with the incredible person you are. Separate yourself from their chaos. Disrespect can feel like a wound, but it's not permanent. The real damage comes when you let it fester. Don't let their words or actions live rent-free in your mind. Evict them. People who disrespect others are often battling demons you can't see. That doesn't excuse their behavior, but it explains why you must not let it take root in your heart. You don't need anyone's permission to feel worthy. Let me say that again, your worth is not up for debate. It's a fact. Disrespect is a test of whether you believe that fact. Take every instance of disrespect as a lesson, not a life sentence. Learn to recognize it, call it out, and walk away when necessary. You owe that to yourself. The strongest people in the world aren't the ones who never face disrespect. They're the ones who refuse to let it define them. They rise above it, stronger and wiser. You were not put on this earth to live small or to bow to someone else's brokenness. Stand tall, claim your space, and don't let their flaws dim your brilliance. The moment you realize that disrespect is about them, not you, is the moment you take back your power. And when you hold that power, no one can take it from you. Your boundaries define your value. Boundaries are not selfish, they are self-love in action. They are the invisible lines that tell the world, this is where I begin and this is where your disrespect ends. Without boundaries, you become a doormat for others to wipe their feet on. And let me tell you, you weren't born to be anyone's doormat. You were born to stand on solid ground. Every time you allow someone to cross your boundaries, you're teaching them that it's okay. You're giving them a green light to disrespect you again. That stops today. Boundaries are a declaration of your worth. They say, I respect myself enough to demand the same from you, and if someone can't honor that, they don't belong in your life. Think about this. You wouldn't let a stranger walk into your home and rearrange your furniture. So why would you let someone rearrange your emotions, your priorities, or your peace? The people who get upset with your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you not having them. Let that sink in. They're not angry because you're wrong. They're angry because you're strong. Boundaries don't push people away. They filter out the ones who don't deserve to stay. The right people will respect your limits because they value you. Setting boundaries is uncomfortable at first, especially if you've spent your life putting others first. But discomfort is the price of growth. Pay it gladly. Every no you say to someone else is a yes to yourself. It's a yes to your peace, your energy, your time, and your mental health. Protect those things fiercely. Boundaries are not just about saying no, they're about showing up for yourself. They're about saying, I will no longer betray myself to make you comfortable. It's not your job to make people understand your boundaries. Your job is to enforce them. Understanding is optional, respect is not. You don't need to apologize for having standards. You don't need to explain why you value yourself. Your boundaries are valid simply because they are yours. When you start setting boundaries, you'll notice something amazing. The quality of your relationships will improve. Why? Because they'll be built on mutual respect, not obligation. Boundaries are your way of telling the world, I am valuable, I am worthy, and I will not settle for less. And when you stand firm in that truth, you become unstoppable. Stop negotiating with your self-worth. Let me make this clear. Your worth is not a negotiation. It's not a bargain. It's not up for debate. And it's certainly not something you should compromise to make someone else feel comfortable. Too often we negotiate with ourselves. We say, maybe I was too sensitive, or maybe they didn't mean it that way. Stop. Every time you do this, you diminish your own value. Here's the thing. People who respect you won't make you question your worth. If someone's actions force you to second guess yourself, they don't belong in your life. Negotiating with your self-worth happens when you start justifying bad behavior. You tell yourself it's not that bad, or they're just having a rough time. But let me ask you, how many excuses are you willing to make before you lose yourself entirely? Your self-worth isn't tied to someone's ability to recognize it. If they don't see your value, that's their loss, not yours. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who can't see it. Every time you lower your standards, you're sending a message to the world, I'll accept less than I deserve, and guess what? The world listens. Start sending a new message today. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries, your standards, or your decisions. When you know your worth, you stop explaining and start living it. Think about the time and energy you've wasted trying to fix relationships that disrespected you. What if you redirected that energy into yourself? What could you achieve? Who could you become? Self-worth isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment. It's about aligning your life with your values, your goals, and the respect you deserve. Negotiating your worth doesn't make you more likable, it makes you invisible. People respect those who respect themselves. If you want others to value you, start by valuing yourself. The strongest relationships are built on mutual respect, not compromise of dignity. When you hold firm in your worth, you attract people who see and honor it. It's not selfish to demand respect, it's essential. Self-worth is the foundation of every decision you make. If you don't value yourself, you'll make decisions that betray you. Stop seeking validation from others. The only validation you need is your own. When you look in the mirror and see someone worthy of love, respect, and success, the world will mirror that back to you. Your worth isn't determined by how others treat you, it's determined by how you treat yourself. Stand tall, set your standards high, and refuse to negotiate with anything less than what you deserve. Pain is the seed of growth. Let's face it, walking away from disrespect hurts. It's not easy. But here's the truth, pain is the birthplace of transformation. Without it, there is no growth. Think about the most challenging moments in your life. Were they comfortable? Probably not. But I guarantee they taught you something you couldn't have learned any other way. Pain is a teacher. It strips away the unnecessary, the superficial, and the false. It forces you to confront what truly matters and who you really are. Disrespect is a form of pain, and leaving it behind feels like tearing away a part of yourself. But what you're really doing is making space for something better. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. If you want to evolve, if you want to become the person you're meant to be, you must be willing to endure discomfort. Every step away from disrespect is a step toward your true self. It's a step toward the life you deserve, a life filled with respect, love, and abundance. Pain is temporary, but the lessons it teaches last forever. Every tear, every heartbreak, and every moment of doubt is shaping you into someone stronger. When you walk away from disrespect, you're not just leaving behind a toxic situation, you're stepping into your power. And that's where true growth begins. Think of pain as the gym for your soul. Just like your muscles grow stronger after being broken down, your spirit grows stronger after enduring challenges. The pain of staying in a toxic situation is far worse than the pain of walking away. Staying hurts your soul, your confidence, and your future. Walking away hurts for a moment, but it heals you in the long run. Growth requires sacrifice. It requires letting go of what no longer serves you, even when it's hard. But every time you let go, you make room for something better. Embrace the pain. Don't run from it. Let it guide you, teach you, and transform you. Pain is not your enemy, it's your catalyst. The people who disrespect you are not your destiny. They are your lesson. Learn from them, thank them for the growth, and then leave them behind. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Choose to use your pain as fuel for growth. Choose to rise above it and become the person you were meant to be. Focus on your standards, not their behavior. Listen carefully. If you're constantly trying to change someone's behavior, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You can't control other people, but you can control the standards you hold for yourself and your life. That's where your power lies. Too often we pour energy into fixing others, thinking that if they change, the situation will improve. But here's the hard truth, people will only change if they want to, and it's not your job to make them want it. Your job is to set your standards. Standards are the foundation of your self-respect. They are the non-negotiable rules that govern how you allow yourself to be treated. When you raise your standards, you automatically filter out the people who don't meet them. They'll either rise to meet you or they'll fall away. Either way, you win. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop waiting for them to get it. Your standards are for you, not for their approval. Imagine your life as a VIP section. Only those who meet your standards get access. The rest can stay outside. You're not being mean, you're being intentional about who you let into your space. Let me ask you this, how much energy are you wasting trying to change someone's behavior? What if you redirected that energy into raising your standards and enforcing them? Think of the power you'd reclaim. Focusing on your standards shifts the narrative. It's no longer about what they're doing wrong. It's about what you're willing to accept. And that puts the control back in your hands. When you have high standards, you don't chase people. You don't beg for respect, attention, or love. You attract people who value you because you value yourself first. Raising your standards is not an act of arrogance, it's an act of self-love. It says, I know my worth, and I refuse to settle for less than I deserve. Don't let someone's bad behavior lower your standards. Instead, let your standards inspire them to do better or inspire you to walk away. Either way, you're living in alignment with your values. The people who belong in your life will meet your standards without you having to ask. The rest will show you who they are through their inability to rise to the occasion. Believe them. When you focus on your standards, you free yourself from the endless cycle of disappointment. You stop waiting for someone else to change, and you start changing your life for the better. Remember, your standards are a reflection of your self-respect. If you want a life filled with respect, love, and peace, it starts with the standards you set and the boundaries you enforce. Forgiveness is freedom, not permission. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. People think it's about letting someone off the hook or inviting them back into your life. It's not. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. When you hold on to anger, resentment, or bitterness, you're not punishing the person who hurt you, you're punishing yourself. Those emotions weigh you down and keep you stuck. Forgiveness doesn't mean you're saying what you did was okay. It means you're saying, I refuse to let what you did control me anymore. Think of forgiveness as a pair of scissors cutting the cord between you and the pain. The longer you hold on to that cord, the more it tangles around your life. Set yourself free. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's a gift you give yourself to release the burden of carrying someone else's mistakes. They don't have to apologize for you to forgive. Some people think forgiveness is weakness. Let me tell you, it's the opposite. Forgiving someone who disrespected you takes incredible strength and courage. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. It means you're choosing to move forward without carrying the weight of the past. You can forgive someone and still choose not to let them back into your life. Forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. It means peace. It's about creating space for healing, not reopening old wounds. Think about the mental and emotional energy you're wasting on resentment. What could you do with that energy if you let it go? How much lighter could you feel? Forgiveness is like unclenching your fist after holding it tight for too long. It's a release, a letting go. And when you let go, you open your hands to receive something better. It's not your job to make someone else understand why they hurt you. Your job is to understand that their actions don't define you and to release their hold on your life. The hardest person to forgive is often yourself. But you must. You're not perfect, and that's okay. Forgive yourself for staying too long, for doubting yourself, for whatever mistakes you think you made. You deserve that grace. Forgiveness is the bridge between pain and peace. Cross that bridge not for them, but for yourself. On the other side, you'll find freedom, clarity, and strength. Forgive because you deserve peace. Forgive because your future deserves your focus. Forgive because you refuse to let someone else's actions dictate your happiness any longer. Stay quit to open new doors. Walking away from disrespect is hard, but staying gone is even harder. It's tempting to look back, to second guess your decision, to wonder if things could have been different. But staying quit is where the magic happens. When you stay quit, you create space for better things to enter your life. Imagine trying to fill a cup that's already full. You have to pour out the old to make room for the new. Staying quit isn't just about leaving the disrespect, it's about choosing yourself. It's about saying, I deserve better and I won't settle for less. Every time you're tempted to go back, remind yourself of why you left. Write it down if you need to. Keep that reminder close because your future depends on it. Staying quit is an act of self-respect. It's a declaration to the universe that you value yourself enough to walk away from what doesn't serve you. The door you closed may have been familiar, but familiarity isn't the same as happiness. Don't let the comfort of the past keep you from the possibilities of the future. Staying quit requires faith that something better is on the horizon, even if you can't see it yet. Trust that by letting go, you're making room for something extraordinary. Think of your life as a garden. Every time you stay quit after disrespect, you're pulling out the weeds. And with each weed you remove, you make room for flowers to grow. Staying quit doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to prioritize your peace over someone else's chaos. The people and opportunities that align with your values won't make you fight for respect. They'll honor you from the start. By staying quit, you're opening the door for those people to walk in. Staying quit is about progress, not perfection. You may stumble, you may question yourself, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're winning. The life you want, the respect you deserve, and the peace you crave are on the other side of staying quit. Don't let temporary emotions lead you back to permanent disappointment. Staying quit is a commitment to your future self. It's about choosing long-term happiness over short-term comfort. It's about playing the long game. Remember, this staying quit isn't the end of something, it's the beginning. It's the start of a life where you are loved, respected, and valued exactly as you are. Claim your power and stay quit. You've heard it all, each principle, each truth, each declaration of your worth. Now it's time to bring it home. Walking away from disrespect isn't just an act of defiance, it's an act of profound self-love. It's a statement to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are no longer available for anything that diminishes your light. When you choose to stay quit, you're not just leaving something behind, you're stepping into something greater. You're stepping into a life where your boundaries are firm, your self-worth is untouchable, and your peace is non-negotiable. This isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily commitment to honor the incredible person you are. Disrespect will test you. It will call you back, whispering lies of comfort, nostalgia, or guilt. But remember, your future is not behind you. The moment you walked away, you reclaimed your power. And staying quit is how you keep it. Focus not on the people who couldn't rise to meet your standards, but on the abundant possibilities waiting for you. With every step forward, you're writing a new chapter, one where respect, love, and success are the main characters. Forgive, not to excuse, but to release. Raise your standards, not to push others away, but to elevate yourself. And embrace the pain of growth, knowing it's the foundation for your transformation. Stay quit not out of bitterness, but out of belief in your brighter future. Every time you choose to honor yourself, you're breaking cycles, creating boundaries, and redefining what it means to live authentically. So here's the challenge I leave you with: stand tall in your worth. Stay true to your boundaries. Stay focused on your growth. And most importantly, stay quit after disrespect. Because you are worthy of so much more. And the moment you believe that is the moment the world begins to reflect it back to you. This is your time. Own it, claim it, live it.